This is a map of the area. The story is followed by 3 short videos that document the evidence. The best evidence includes this tree placed on a stump. There's a point where you ask, is this real? In 2017, I chronicled a story about my experience over the year. It was a lighthearted tale about my trips to the cabin. Going up there for over 20 years, I had no experiences. Then, after leaving out some smoked salmon for them, I noticed some subtle interactions. The last thing I did in 2017 was check on the marbles I left the week before inside a stump in the late fall. They were gone. So I went up again early this year in 2018, April. There was a lot of snow. So I had to leave my car by the lake about a mile away and walk up to the small plateau that the cabin sits on. So on the way up, there were no prints, no signs in the snow or the muddy ground. When I arrived at the cabin, there were some interesting things going on. Inside was slightly disheveled. It appeared some mice had gotten into the cabin. I had always cleaned it up at the end of the year, and there were some odd things that had been placed on top of the counter. Outside, on one of my gifting stumps, there was my stick sticking up, straight up in the air like a flag post. So what I did was I left some salmon and apples for food, and I left 7 more marbles as a respectful gift. Walking back down, there were some more intriguing signs. There has been a recent fallen tree laying directly on top of an unrelated stump. The only explanation I can make is that this is a sign that something big must have been there and dragged it and balanced it on top of that stump. The butt end of it points directly at the cabin. There also appeared to be an obvious blind that was set up, shielded from the cabin, and it had a big rock marking the entrance. Since it was winter and the trees did not have leaves, it was plain as day to see. The sheltered blind was open on one end. It was about 100 yards away from the gifting stump with a really good view of them. Also, around that area, there were some other sticks that were leaning on the stumps. Okay, I'm a little freaked out by all this. Before I first started having these experiences, I had dreams about them. They were coming down from a mountain that's close to where the cabin is. And I would see them in these dreams. You know, there's been reports of what they call mind speak, which is a term for their form of nonverbal communication that they use. There's also reports that they can ascertain your intent. I'm not sure what to do next. I'm looking for someone who might be interested in helping me examine this phenomenon, so we can use it as a way to learn how to respectfully communicate with them. This is similar from a show on YouTube called Sasquatch, Ontario. This is a picture from Google Earth with the cabin at the top. You notice the gifting stumps are right next to the cabin. I had set up a trail cam initially and then took it down. Then the shielded blind is about 100 yards away, and it's right next to where the tree and the log are on the stump. The blind from the front, there's both evergreen and deciduous trees intertwined. Here's the back of the blind and the rock that faces the entrance. This rock was not here before. And here's the inside of it. That all faces the gifting stumps. There's a tree that's been leaned up towards the area. It's been there for about 8 years. The blind is a lot newer. This tree, there is no stump at the end of this tree. Here is the area. There's a couple other trees also that have been manipulated and placed up, like that one. Now this tree has been placed on this stump. It's been like this for about 2 years. That branch is probably a natural fall. But this tree did not come from that stump. And it's a big tree. It's been placed on that stump. The end of the tree did not come from that grove or cluster of trees right there either. This is another tree shoved up into this group of trees. It's been inverted and placed backwards up in this group of trees. It looks like it's been here for a couple years. So this is real. This is serious. I'm trying to figure out what to do next. Leave me a comment or send me an email if you have any ideas or want to help out. Thanks.